Hello everyone, and welcome to our video series of using Google Hangouts either in a work environment, an enterprise environment, or even in a school environment. Now, while the course really focuses on Google Hangouts, there's a couple other tools that we're also going to explore together because this is an area where there's a lot of change and it happens very quickly. So Google has been using Google Hangouts for many years, but now they've made a couple new products that are related to Hangouts, but they're also separate products. So right here you see I have the Google Hangouts link, but then I also have the Google Meet link, and we're going to talk a little bit about Google Chat. Okay, so really looking at three tools. They all have a lot of similarities, but there's also some key differences. Okay, so overall, all of these tools allow individuals to communicate online, mostly through teleconferencing, video conferencing. But there's also some phone features where you can make audio calls. And with Google Chat, it's really more of a messaging service, really dedicated to G Suite clients. Now, when I say G Suite, these are either enterprise accounts through Google, where businesses are using Google as a tool for their companies, right? Or in education, we also have G Suite, where schools are using Google products like Google Docs and Google Slides and so forth as a means to give tools to students. Okay, and so if either your school or your business has a G Suite account, then you can use both Google Meet and Google Chat. They're really sort of dedicated to those G Suite customers, okay? But Google Hangouts is really for everybody. So if you don't have a G Suite account and you're really just using your personal Gmail account, whether it's for business or for school purposes, you can use Google Hangouts. Okay, so that's kind of like the major differences. Okay, so here is the link to Google Hangouts, and you can kind of see already I can start a call. Okay, so when you log in for the first time, you go to hangouts.google.com. Okay, you can get to it that way. Even if you're at your Drive, you can go to your Google Apps, and you'll see that I'm in a G Suite account. So I have the apps for chat, I have the apps for Meet, okay? And if I really want, also have the apps for Hangouts, okay? So you can get right to those apps right through those means, right through the waffle icon, whether you're on the main Google page or on Google Drive page, it always will be there for you, okay? So that's really what Google Hangouts are. We're going to talk about how you do all of this and how you start a call, and we'll get to that all later. I'm just trying to show you some of the differences in this particular video as an introduction piece. So here's a great link to getting started with Google Hangouts. It's right from the Google help page, okay? And it just kind of tells you how to do all of this, how to get started, and we're going to look at this a little more carefully as we have some examples later, okay? And then here is the Google Meet page, okay? So this shows you a little bit of what differences. Now, you see how it looks. I don't have my camera on right now, all right? But you can see how it's a little bit different, and I can start a meeting. I can also use a meeting code, which we're going to get into a little bit later. Okay, so it looks a little bit like Hangouts, but it's really more for maybe scheduling something on a calendar and also giving a code for people to join. All right, so that's an important thing. This is just a Google Meet sort of help page, kind of get you started with Google Meet. And this is a great link to some of the differences, Meet versus classic Hangouts. And what we see here is, the classic Hangouts up to about 25 people. Now, if you have a basic business account or you have an enterprise or education account, up to 50 people. So that's really quite different. Works on most platforms, all of them. Ways to join. Web browser, which is really nice for Google Meet. You can also join right from a calendar, right from a link from a URL, a code. You can dial into meetings, which is really nice. Here, we're really having more of an email invite. There's also a calendar invite or right through the app, okay? But there's a little more ways to join a Google Meet than there is a Google Hangout. So that's kind of nice, especially for education and business clients, okay? There's a separate chat feature, which we'll talk about. This is only via the web. You can present your documents on the whole entire screen, okay? You can dial in from a phone, all right? That's no longer available on Google Hangouts, okay? You can dial out to a phone number, which is available on both. You can record the meeting, all right, on Meet, which is really nice. I guess you could do a screencast on Google Hangouts if you really wanted to, but it gets a little more cumbersome, okay? There's an iOS and mobile tablet support, which is really great. And we said about the 50 people and so forth. So some of the difference between Google Meet and Google Hangouts. Now here is the link for chat, which this is kind of nice. Welcome to Hangouts chat, okay? And it kind of tells you. Now, if I actually switch my accounts, I'm going to go to my personal account here, and watch what's going to happen. It says I cannot access Google Chats, okay? So there you go. So on personal accounts, you cannot access it, but certainly on a education account, I can. Okay, so this is kind of nice, you know, make room for genius, right? You have rooms that are featured designs for teams. So you have a lot of team rooms for team sharing, which is really kind of neat. And work smarter, all right? You get some good apps in there. You can assign tasks to individuals, right? And then we can kind of get started. So basically, if you're a Slack user, which is another organizational team app, this is Google's attempt to kind of get into that market, okay? And you can allow, I'll turn my notifications on. I will allow that, okay? And now I can create a room, and we'll get into this a little bit more later. So kind of neat, some of the comparisons of these products. So we're going to get into more of them as we get into some of our examples here. All right, thank you so much, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.